Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to a new video with Mr. Wael Abdurrahman. Before we start, kindly like, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications. Let's start. Okay, so today we will answer together the latest EST test, June 2022, the Literacy 1 section. Okay. The everyday life of Abraham Lincoln. The year 1809, that year which gave William E. Gladstone to England, was in our country the birth year of him, where the most distinguished name that has yet been wrote on the pages of American history, Abraham Lincoln. طيب ما عندي هنا sentence طويلة قوي رغم ان هي so simple. Okay, so what do we have? Let's answer number 2 first. طب بيقول ايه? That the year, and then we have a non-essential. So the year, and then we have this non-essential. So the year 1809, so this is the subject, and we have the verb was. So the year 1809 was in our country the birth year of him. When? طيب تعال نفتكر كده هو عايز ايه في number 2. Who, which, whose. طب let's remember هو بيقول ايه في السنة دي في 1809. Okay, but non-essential, that year which gave birth. So in this year, he modifies 1809. إيه اللي حصل في 1809? This person was, this William was born. اتولد William. طيب إيه اللي حصل في 1809? المين بقى was in our country the birth year of him. دي السنة اللي اتولد فيها him. ينفع him تاخد when? No. When we use it for time. قبلها لازم يكون time. طيب who? Let's remember together كده إن before who we must have a living, and before who a verb, which for things and animals, and after which we have a verb. طيب whose for possession, الملكية يا ولاد. Okay, we must have a noun after whose, so we use it for possession. طيب him لو هيطلع Abraham Lincoln ده ينفع مع which. Okay, so it's not which. Okay, ينفع معاه when, it's not time, so definitely it's not a. And we have a verb who wears the most distinguished name. عايز يقول اسمه so famous يعني he has a famous name. يبقى him, that's a person, so definitely the answer is B. Okay, so the year ندخل على 2. Okay, خلي 1 في الآخر. So the year 1809 was in our country the birth year of him who wears the most distinguished name that has yet been wrote on the pages of American history. Has yet been wrote. طيب أنا عندي هنا has yet been wrote, has yet been written, had yet been written, has yet been written. طيب تعال نفتكر كده مع بعض tenses. Okay, كان في حاجة اسمها present perfect. Do you remember the present perfect? Present perfect. How do we form the present perfect? So an action that happened in the past, the result of that action is in the present, or the action itself is in the present. How do we form it? So easy, we just put have or has plus the past participle of the verb. طيب هو in number A هو قال ايه has yet been wrote. ما ينفعش. The past participle from write is written, so it's not A. Okay, in B yet been written هو جايب past participle بس هنا في missing has أو have, so it's missing, that part is missing, so it's not B. So had yet been written or has yet been written. فاكرين كده كان في التنسز أخدين yet و since كان في keywords لل present perfect. One of these keywords كان إيه؟ كان yet. So yet is a keyword for the present. So definitely the answer is D. طيب نشوف بقى 1 كده بتقول إيه. So the year 1809 بعدين non-essential, this extra information and this person who was born to England اللي هو كان William E. Gladstone. طيب نقول 1 بقى. The author is considering removing, so he wanted to remove this part. The dashes in the underlined portion. Should he do so? So yes, you should remove. No, you shouldn't remove. طب تعالى كده نقرا choices مجاوبة نفسها. Yes, the dashes are inconsistent with the style of the passage. يعني ايه inconsistent؟ يعني disagree. مش ماشية مع يعني عاملة conflict مع the style of the passage. طبعا that doesn't make any sense. طيب yes, we should delete it, we should remove it, because the information between the dashes is restrictive. على فكرة كلمة restrictive means important. طب حاجة important, how can we just delete حاجة important؟ أكيد لأن the dashes between the dashes is a non-essential. ما ينفعش يبقى restrictive. So it's not B. So no, don't remove it. The dashes emphasize a modifier. يعني ايه they emphasize the modifier؟ يعني dashes, this is the modifier. طب يعني بتmodify مين؟ 1809. What happened؟ ايه 1809 ده؟ It modified, adding extra information to 1809. دي السنة اللي gave birth, اللي اتولد فيها ويليام اي جلادستون. So it's a question mark. يعني we doubt it. شك فيها. طيب ده اللي انا عايزك تفكر كده في الامتحان. Systematically. طيب no, don't remove it. The dashes serve to break from the flow of the passage to introduce new ideas. طب فكر فيها كده. انت بيقولك ايه؟ بيقولك لا انا مش هشيلها علشان هي بتبريك الفلو. طب حاجه بتبريك الفلو you should remove it. يعني it doesn't make sense. الquestion بيقول لك شيلني, remove, delete me. So the answer definitely is C. Okay, next, number 4. So let's read the question. The writer wants to express crudeness. Which choice best accomplishes this goal? So I would like to call these kinds of question goal question or target question. يعني ايه؟ يعني you have a target, you have a goal. ايه الجول بتاعك؟ The writer wants to express crudeness. طب what is crudeness? Crudeness like crude oil. حاجة بسيطة, simple. عايز اقول ان this is a simple, crude. So this is the goal. Stick to the goal. أنا عايز كلمة من دول, one of these words should express simplicity, crudeness. طيب تعال نشوف كده بيقول ايه. Let's see. Okay. In a quaint cabin in a clearing. Okay. وسنتنس طويلة. You don't have to read it. In a quaint cabin. لأن هنا أنت عايز تقول إيه؟ Cabin. What's quaint? That's vocabulary. So what is the meaning of quaint? Like unusual. Okay. Massive means huge. Like primitive means simple. Like solemn, like serious. فكر بقى. Which of these words عايز اقول ان الكابن كانت بسيطة. يبقى مين فيهم؟ So definitely it's not a quaint cabin, it's not an unusual cabin, it was not a huge cabin. It was a simple cabin ولا it was a serious cabin. طبعا مفيش حاجة اسمها serious cabin. So it was a plug it in, just plug it in and كررها, repeat it. So it is a primitive cabin, simple cabin. هو كان عايش في simple cabin. Okay, next, number 5. Let's read. Okay. So in a cabin, in a simple cabin, in a clearing, in the wilds of that section, okay, sorry, in a simple cabin, in a clearing, in the wilds of that section, which was once the hunting ground and later the battlefield of the Cherokees and other warlike tribes, and which the Indians ourselves had named Kentucky, because it was a dark and bloody ground, the Great War president of the United States, after whose name okay, blah 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 blah, يعني كلام كتير قوي. We don't have to read that. That's very easy. هو قال هنا ايه؟ And which the Indians ourselves, ده يعني this is reflexive pronouns. يعني انت just look at the mirror, I see myself and you see yourself. So the Indians we use it for we, this is ourselves. Themselves, herself and himself, so definitely the Indians, that's plural, so we need a plural reflexive pronoun. So what is a plural reflexive pronoun? Which is themselves. Herself طبعا for a female, himself for a male. Okay, so let's go to number 6. Okay, so let's read the sentence. Born and nurtured in penury. Like nurtured means grow up. Penury like poverty. Inured to hardship, يعني accustomed, متعود. Coarse food and scanty clothing. The story of his youth is full of That's vocabulary. So pathos. So what is pathos? Pathos, triumph, abuse, hope. So what is pathos? Like sadness. Okay, triumph, this is victory. Abuse, this is ill treatment. Okay, hope, this is hope. You know what's hope? الأمل. طب ايه رأيكم هنا بيقول ايه؟ Born and nurtured in penury. راجل يعني was born وكبر في فقر وإنورد اتعود على الهاردشيبس والأكل coarse scanty clothing. يبقى قصة حياته دي ايه بقى؟ فيها ايه؟ triumph؟ أكيد it's a no. hope؟ أكيد it's a no. طيب يبقى يا abuse or pathos. بس أنا we have no evidence إن يعني for ill treatment and حد abused him. So it's a sad story full of pathos. So the answer is A. Okay, so let's go to number 7. So in number 7, the author is considering deleting. Remember, the underlined sentence, should the sentence be kept or deleted? So we have kept, delete. So let's read. So small wonder that when asked in his later years to tell something of his early life, he replied by quoting a line from Gray's Elegy, the short and simple annals of the poor. So the word small wonders, when you small wonder, the expression that معناه not very surprising, not very surprising, مش هنتفاجئ. That when asked in his later years to tell something of his early life, قالوا له قول حاجة عن حياتك, he replied وقال إيه بقى؟ قال line شعر من elegy like a sad poem بتاعت واحد اسمه Gray. قال إيه؟ The short simple annals of the poor. Annal like a story. قال قصة حياتي is the short and simple annal of the poor. Stories of the poor. Okay, نشوف. بيقول let's read A. Kept. The sentence provide details about the preceding sentence. The word preceding means before. فهنعمل إيه؟ Let's go and شوف هو قال إيه قبل كده. The sentence اللي احنا we just read it before about his hardships. He was poor وحياته كانت so sad story. It could be. So yes, it provides details. Yes, it could be. Let's put a question mark. Kept, the sentence provide an important contradiction to the previous sentence. Contradiction like saying the opposite. هو قال عكس اللي قاله هناك. No. ده يعني this is an emphasis. He's emphasizing, giving example. إن حياته كانت صعبة. So قالوا له قول حاجة لحياتك. So he said this line from Gray's Elegy. So it's not a contradiction. Deleted, the sentence is unrelated to the rest of the paragraph. So we can read the paragraph and see. Deleted, the sentence provide detail that should not be presented at the end of the paragraph. So that is not logical. طيب ممكن نقرا شوية شو بيقول لي؟ Lincoln's ancestry has been traced with tolerable certainty through 5 generations to Samuel Lincoln of Norfolk County, England. It's related. It's about Lincoln. بدأت تحكي لي قصة حياته. So this sentence is unrelated. لا, it's related. What should be the answer for number 7? Yes, this sentence we should keep it. It provides details about the preceding sentence. Exactly. هو جاي من السنتنس اللي في الباراجراف اللي قبله. Okay. For number 8. Okay, so let's read. In number 8, not many years after the landing of the Mayflower at Plymouth, and then we have an unessential, Samuel Lincoln's son, Mordecai, had run to Hingham, Massachusetts. So هو وصلت Mayflower, it's a ship. Okay, Samuel Lincoln's son, ابنه Mordecai, هل هو جري لهنهم? It's a place. Okay, immigrated, flown, hurried. So I don't think إن هو هيجري لهنهم ولا هيطير لهنهم. So I think he immigrated. That's vocabulary. So that's definitely vocabulary, and that's an easy one. Number 9. So let's read the sentence. Perhaps, although he was a Quaker, or due to he was a Quaker, or as a result of he was a Quaker, or because he was a Quaker. Okay, and then we have an unessential. We can just delete it. Okay. So, he didn't return long at Hingham. but came westward as far as Berks County, Pennsylvania. طب what do we have here? طب we have although, due to, as a result of, because. طب let's see كده نتعرف كده كل واحدة بنعملها ازاي. Okay, although. Okay, how do you use although? Although معناها ايه although? Like بالرغم من ده. Okay, though. But. Okay, after although we must have a subject and a verb. So it's a subject and a verb. Although I was tired. Okay, number 2 we have due to. So due to, because of. طيب قبلها لازم verb to be. To be. Am, is, are, was, were. طيب after due to we must have a noun. So it is due to the heat that I stayed at home. It is due to the heat. We must have a noun. So as a result of. Okay, just remember that after the word of any preposition here, you can have a noun or you can have a verb plus ing. طيب after because we must have a subject and verb. بس كده. طيب هو بيقول هنا ايه؟ هو he's saying هنا although he was a Quaker, so we have a subject and we have a verb. So I can't use of بعد of لازم noun. We can't use of he. So of plus noun. طيب due to he. مفيش حاجة اسمها due to. After it we must have a noun. So يا إما because subject to verb although subject to verb. طب الموضوع بقى إيه بقى؟ meaning. افهم بيقول إيه؟ although he was a Quaker ولا because he was a Quaker. هو إيه اللي حصل؟ He didn't remain long at Hinham but came westward as far as Berks. هو عشان هو كان Quaker group of religious people. علشان هو كان Quaker كان one of these groups, so he traveled westward. سافر. مش بالرغم ان هو كان Quaker. So because he was a Quaker. طبعا because of لها طريقة تانية. Okay. زي ال of برضه. Noun or verb plus ing. So definitely it is because. طيب. Number 10. Okay, so let's read number 10. They had to contend not with only the wild forces of nature and to defend themselves from the beasts of the forests. وبعدين هنا في comma. Okay, يعني I think that's a mistake منهم. Okay, comma dash. فيش حاجة اسمها كده. Okay, more to be feared either than were the hostile Indians. So type. If you just look vertically كده بص عليها vertically. Okay, زي ما علمتكم بص كده vertically قال هنا ايه not with only وبعدين قال هنا ايه comma and to defend في B L comma but to defend في C and to defend في D comma and to defend. طيب ايه التريك هنا انما يقول ايه not with only something مش هينفع اقول and we need but sentence دي and so we need this but. So they had to contend not only with the wild forces of nature, but to defend. So not only هنا محتاجة البut. هتقولي مستر طب فين ال also؟ متعودين نشوف ال also. Yes. ممكن we can write it with also and without also. على فكرة both are correct. Okay, so definitely the answer is B, inshallah. Okay, for number 11. Okay, number 11. Which of the following best adds onto the writer's sense of danger? Oh, فاكرين كنا بنسمي this kind of question we call the target question or goal question. طب what is the goal? ايه الجول هنا؟ Sense of danger. أنا عايز writer's sense of danger. خايف. ملاش علاقة بالباسج خالص. Just read the choices. أنا عايز writer حاسس بالخطر. So the settlers أو sense of danger في إحساس بالخطر هنا. The settlers were filled with terror حلوة قوي دي of these stealthy foes like enemies. Yes, terror شدتني جدا. It was such experiences as these that made the pioneers, the sturdy men, they were nothing. It's all about the experience of the pioneers, أوائل. Their senses became sharpened. No danger. He was naturally a man of considerable genius, says one. So definitely we need this word terror So it matches with the sense of danger the author feels. So it's A. Okay, so let's go to the next passage. Okay. One main point, please. وانت بتحل, please read the title. الtopic مهم قوي. Okay, the topic is very important. Okay, the drawing board. Okay, طيب شوف كده هو عايز ايه. Question 12. Which of the following best introduces the paragraph? طيب نعمل ايه في question ده؟ Please read the choices. Try to map them into your mind. حاول تلخص كل example فيهم أو كل choice فيهم one word or two words. بيقول إيه في إيه مثلا؟ To draw curves that are not formed of arcs and parts of circle, template called curves are provided. So it's about curves. كفاية curves. B. It is not intended or necessary to enter into an elaborate discussions of the various kinds of drawing instruments, since the purchaser can obtain a good set of drawing instruments from a reputable dealer by paying a proportionate price. بيتكلم على drawing instruments, أدوات الكتابة. C. It is recommended that the beginner purchase as good. It is recommended that the beginner purchase as good a set of instrument as his means will permit. So again, it's about the beginners and how they purchase things. طيب, a drawing board should be of soft pine and free from knots so that it will easily receive the pins or tacks used to fasten down the paper. بيتكلم عن drawing board لازم تبقى كذا 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 علشان لما احط عليها drawing board, حاجه البورد اللي بيرسموا عليها المهندسين. So طيب ما هو اسمه drawing board, يعني ده يعني it's like that, يعني المفروض تجيبها كده على طول. طب نقرا شويه كمان نتاكد. ايه its surface. طب نحل 13. يقول ايه في 13؟ its surface. طبعا مفيش حاجه اسمها that's not English. its ما يتحطش apostrophe وراها, that's not English. طيب it's for singular non-living there, for plural living or non-living possession ملكيه دي they are. طب هو بيتكلم على السيرفيس بتاعت مين؟ so it's not a أكيد مش they are surface, its surface, they surface, their surface should be flat and level. بيوصف حاجة. or a little rounding so that the paper shall lie close to its surface. عادها تاني, it's ده هو جاوبها, to its surface, which is one of the first requisites in making a good drawing. So definitely it's about من الtopic ومن this sentence, so it's about the drawing board. كلمني على drawing board. Okay, number 11. Number 14. Okay, so let's read. Its edges should be straight. طبعا كلام على البورد. Its edges should be straight and a right angle one to the other. And the ends of the battens in figure 1 should fall a little short of the edges of the board, so that if the latter shrinks they will not. طبعا that's vocabulary. هو بيقول ايه طبعا battens, بس يعني I'd like to show it to you. هو بيوصف البورد, so بيقول الباتنز بتاعت البورد should be shorter than the edges. Yeah, it's not important, but I'd like to. This is the batten. So this is the board, figure 1. دي الباتن اللي بيقول عليها support بيتحط من تحت كده. This is a support like long strip of wood or metal. So it holds something. ده الباتن. فبيقول ان الباتن البورد لازم تكون اكبر من الباتن. بس كده. So so that if the latter هي the last one اللي هي البورد shrinks يعني صغرت, they will not ايه بقى crease. So what's the meaning of crease? Wrinkle. اكتب كده المعاني. Okay, wrinkle. You know what's wrinkle? Okay, like يكرمش يقعد. Okay, tear like cut. Okay, protrude like extend. Be recycled, to recycle, to reuse. This is reuse. طب هو بيقول هنا ايه؟ So yeah, يبقى its edges should be straight. بيتكلم على البورد and at a right angle one to the other, and the ends of the battens in figure 1 should fall little short. لازم الباتن تبقى short of the edges of the board, so that if the latter shrinks, يعني لو البورد ايه صغرت, الايه الباتن مش هيحصل لها ايه, يعني ادي البورد وتحت فيه باتن ماسكاها, So if the board shorten الباتن ما تطلعش بره. بس هو ده اللي عايز يقوله. الباتن ما تطلعش بره. فأكيد الباتن will not crease ولا tear ولا إيه protrude. Extend. بس that's vocabulary and meaning you have to read and understand. اعمل إيه؟ حاول تفهم. Try to understand what you are reading. Questions دي بالذات. Okay. Number 14. I'm sorry again. Number 15. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's read from the beginning. So the size of the board, of course, depends upon the size of the paper. Hence, therefore, it is best to obtain a board as small as will answer for the size of the paper it is intended to use. LE sentence. The second one, the student will find it most convenient as well as cheapest to learn on small drawings rather than large ones. Okay, so ممكن we can just stop here. طب السؤال بقى بيعمل ايه? What do we have here? So we have قلت لك both vertically. We have full stop, we have exclamation mark, comma, semicolon. So that's punctuation. That's definitely punctuation. طيب يعني ايه punctuation؟ طيب هو حاطط هنا full stop, comma. أول سؤال تسأله لنفسك, are these two complete ideas? The yellow and green, are these two complete ideas? Yes, the size, the subject depends. This is the verb. The student, this is the subject, will find. This is the helping verb. This is the verb. So these are two complete ideas. طب انت حاطط هنا full stop. Let's say yes. Okay, مش محتاجين exclamation mark خالص طبعا. Okay, C. فاكرين this is a run-on sentence. Two complete ideas. Okay, connected with a comma. ده سميتها run-on sentence. طب السيميكولون yes. يبقى A correct و D correct. طب ايه الفرق؟ ايه الفرق؟ في الاس اي تي قلنا just اعمل eliminate للاثنين. طب في الاي اس تي لا الموضوع بيختلف شويه. اوكي take care. ان في الفول ستوب these two ideas are not related. طب في السيميكولون they are related. فانت اسال نفسك هل sentence 2 the green one relates to the sentence 1؟ sentence 1 كان بيكلمني على السايز بتاع البورد. sentence 2 بيكلمني على الستودنتس بقى هو بيختار وهو بيشتري. So I think here the answer is A. They are not related. Okay, number 16. So if we read the sentence from the beginning, بيقول ايه? The students will find it most convenient as well as cheapest to learn on small drawings rather than large ones. أحسن لهم يشتروا drawing صغير, حاجات صغيرة. Since and because, تنسوش since, because they took less time to make and cost less for paper. طب تعالى كده نبص vertically. قولوا لي كده vertically ايه الديفرنس؟ قلت لكم التريك دي. Let's look vertically. طيب في A قايل هنا took. Okay, في B قايل take و costs. في C قايل takes و costs. في D قايل take وقايل costs. طب يعني ايه؟ This is what؟ لما يقول لي took و take و costs. يعني number one tense. فكر في التنس. Number two we have and here. طب لما يكون في and لازم parallel. Same sentence structure. يعني ايه؟ Since they took. طب فكر كده is that past or present؟ بص كده على اي verb قبلها. The paper it is intended. This is present. That's past. عامل shift في tense. It's not A. طيب B. Since they take less time to make and cost. طب ما هي and parallel. يبقى they take and they cost. هو and they take ما قالش they اتقالت مرة only once. So they take and costs. ما ينفعش take و costs are not parallel. So it's not B. Since they takes طبعا that's not English أصلا. Okay, type D. But since they take less time to make and cost, so they cost, so definitely it's D. Okay, question number. Most logical sentence 2 should be placed. So sentence placement. So number 1, read sentence 2. Okay. There is nothing new under the sun. طب قلنا بنحله ازاي؟ Look for a clue and think general specific. الكلو sun general or specific؟ جرب اول حاجه before sentence 1. دايما جرب before sentence 1. حطها في الاول ودور على الكلو شوفها general. There is nothing new under the sun. بعدها قال ايه؟ Nor is the sun itself new. Nor we might add. طب الكلو بتاعي ايه؟ Nor يبقى انت اكيد قلت حاجه قلت nor ولا كمان. وبعدين قال add يبقى هو قال حاجه مش هيبدا الباراجراف بنور. طب انت قلت ايه قبل كده؟ اللي هي the genetic effects of radiation. So definitely it's before sentence 1. هتبدأ there is nothing new under the sun. وبعدين قال لك ايه nor is the sun itself new. مفيش حاجه لا جديد تحت الشمس. nor is the sun ولا الشمس نفسها جديده. We might add. So it is before sentence 1. Question 24. Okay, for question 24, which word is synonymous with acquaintances and best suits the meaning of the paragraph? So synonymous means similar. طب يعني ايه acquaintance? An acquaintance is a person you know slightly but not a close friend. That's your acquaintance. يعني حد انت تعرفه بس not your friend. معرفة but you don't know him as a friend. Okay? طب enemy, you know the enemy. Stranger, certainly know what's a stranger. طب associate, an associate can be like again a person you know, like a partner. Friend, I think you know what's friends. طب بيقول هنا ايه؟ So as long as life has existed on earth, it has been exposed to radiation from the sun. Life and radiations are old A and have learned together. شايف and كمان, that's a clue. Life and radiation عاشوا مع بعض كإيه؟ Acquaintances. Sure, that's not enemies. تعالى نشيل enemies ونشيل strangers. أكيد مش enemies. طيب يبقى associates are friends. So are they friends? Can I say that the radiations and radiation and life are friends? No, they are acquaintances. They live together like acquaintances, but they are not friends. An acquaintance is not your friend. Acquaintance, someone you know, but he's not your friend. So it's associate. ده الفرق ما بين acquaintance و friend. Okay, number 25. Okay, so in number 25, let's read it. So we are accustomed to looking upon sunlight as certainly we could not live long without it due to its benefits. Okay, طيب في B يعني شوف كده B ايه الفرق هنا. Nothing. In A we have comma and. في C we have nothing here. In D we have comma and. So comma and. طيب يبقى that's E. That's sentence structure. طب تعالى كده نشوف السنتنس وعايز يقول ايه. This tricky sentence. So we are accustomed, let's read B. So we are accustomed to looking upon sunlight as something good. So we look upon the sunlight as something. احنا بنبص على الشمس كشيء good, كشيء كويس. So as certainly أكيد مش A. So B as something وهنا في something في C with something. طب ايه الفرق بقى بينهم؟ يبقى we eliminated A. طيب we are accustomed to look upon the sunlight as something good في B. comma useful comma and desirable يبقى بيعمل listing comma and بيعمل sentence جديدة. This is a new sentence. فاكرين لما نعمل two complete ideas we connect them with full stop semicolon or comma fan boys. فكرة جديدة تقول ايه and certainly subject جديد we could not live long. اوكي فممكن نحط question mark يعني definitely that's grammatical صح بس هي المعنى غريب شوية يعني احنا we could not live long احنا مش هنعيش. طب see something good and certainly طب في ان الغلطه فين؟ we need a comma هنا after and before and عشان يعمل complete idea يبقى comma and certainly عشان يعمل two complete ideas we need a comma and. طب في الدي اوكي بيقول ايه so we are accustomed to looking upon sunlight as something good comma useful comma and list تمام comma and اخر حاجه حط فيها comma and desirable والسنتنس الجديده النيو ايديا كوما اند حاططها اهي certainly we subject الجديد والفيرب الجديد could not live long. يبقى ايه الفرق بين دي و A دي و B ان هنا قال we could not live long وهنا في دي قال ايه we could not live long without it. يبقى انا we need ايه محتاجين احنا مش هنعيش بصفه عامه كده احنا مش هنعيش ولا حدد لازم نحط البريبوزيشنال phrase without it. احنا مش هنعيش ولا مش هنعيش من غيرها. So it is D. Okay, number 26. Okay, so let's read this sentence. Okay, so the energy of sunlight warms the earth, is producing the winds that tend to equalize Earth's temperature, evaporates the ocean, and produces rain and fresh water. طب تعالى كده نبص عليها vertically. بص كده الفرق بينهم. لاحظتوا ايه؟ قال هنا ايه؟ Warms. طب بعد الكوما is producing. طب الكوما التالتة evaporates, and produces. This is parallelism على طول. لقينا and when you're listing لازم يكونوا parallel. طب is that parallel؟ Warms كويسة, evaporates, produces كويسة, but is producing لا مش كويسة. يبقى it's not A. طب شوف كده B. Okay, worms, produces, evaporated, and produced. To present, to past. No. C. Produces, worms, evaporates, and produces. Parallel. Worms is producing, evaporates, and is producing, not parallel. يبقى definitely the answer is A. يبقى هنا evaporated و produces غلط. Okay. وهنا قال إيه؟ producing و evaporates. So definitely for number 26 واضحة جدا إن هي إيه؟ إن هي C. Parallel structure. Okay. For 27. Okay, for number 27, let's look at it vertically before we answer. Vertically, don't read. So what's the difference we have here? Comma, comma and full stop, comma, comma and comma. So that's punctuation. So that's punctuation and sentence structure. قلنا ناخد بالنا من ايه؟ Run on sentence, a non-essential modifier. To complete sentence and a full stop, semicolon, comma, fanboys. Modifier with a comma. ناخد بالنا من run on. طب نشوف كده. Are these two complete sentences؟ أول حاجة تفكر فيها. Are these two complete ideas؟ نشوف. Yet sunlight has its dangers too. Complete ID. Sunlight subject has the verb. Okay, the next one. Lizards avoid the direct rays of noonday sun on the desert. Blah blah. مش هكمل خلاص. It's a complete idea. Okay, subject, verb. يبقى that's A. That's a run-on sentence. واضحة جدا. So A is a run-on. مين تاني run-on sentence? D. مين تاني? C. So for 27 the answer is full stop. أنا محتاج full stop in B. Two complete ideas separated with A full stop. Don't forget that. Okay, for 28. Okay, so for number 28, let's read it. So the same division into good and bad is to be found in connection with other forms of radiation, which mankind has only recently become aware of. طيب برضو look vertically كده. بصوا vertically كده يا ولاد. What's the difference between the four choices? ركز كده كويس. كلام كتير قوي. بس لاحظ هنا. Okay, في A. Okay, which mankind has only recently become aware of modifies مين؟ خد بالك ده modifier. الwhich بتموديفاي حاجة، بتوصف حاجة، بتدي extra information about something. مين اللي قبلها على طول؟ The word before it directly. اللي هي هنا مين؟ الراديشن. طيب في B. بص كده في B قال ايه؟ جاية فين؟ which. بدأ بwhich أصلا. طبعا مفيش sentence تدي which. طيب في C موجودة فين الwhich؟ which mankind has recently. طب بتموديفاي مين؟ جاية بعد مين؟ الكونكشن. اوكي في دي موجودة فين في دي؟ let's read it. which aware of. طب بتموديفاي مين في دي؟ اللي قبلها الديفيجن. يعني السؤال اسأل نفسك بقى. هو بيقول لك ايه؟ المانكايند has only recently become aware of. طب هو المانكايند was aware of ايه؟ المانكايند حاليا recently عرف ايه؟ الراديشن او الفورمز اوف راديشن ولا الكونكشن ولا الديفيجن؟ اكيد بي eliminated. ايه المانكايند عرفه؟ just read it make sense. شوف الموديفاير بليسمنت هتحط مين. الاكسترا انفورميشن دي الراديشن. عرف ايه الانسان؟ عرف ايه؟ definitely اكيد هو the radiation. So it's A. So easy. Okay, for number 29. Okay, for 29 بيقول ايه؟ They are more energetic than sunlight. كلام على ال radiations. However, and can do more damage, and because our senses do not detect them, we, like slow turtles in a race, have not learned to take precautions against them. خد بالك هنا في non-essential. This is a non-essential. Like slow turtles in a race. طيب look vertically. بيقول ايه؟ هو بيغير في non-essential. Like slow turtles, like trained assassins, قتلة, like lazy cats, like legless fish. This is comparison. ده الكomparison بتاع ال EST. بيديك موقف. You have to make a logical comparison. بيقول ايه؟ هو بيقول احنا هنا they are more energetic than sunlight and we do not and can do damage because our senses. كل التريك هنا our senses do not detect them. احنا السنسز بتاعتنا do not detect the radiations. زي ايه؟ مين ما مش بيديتكت something؟ التيرتل اللي بتمشي في الريس. no. انا عايز حاجه بتديتكت يعني cannot detect. No. الtrained assassin بيقتل. طيب like lazy cats دي نايمة مش حاسة. legless fish in a land الفيش اللي ملهاش رجلين على اللاند yes لأن الفيش without legs she can't detect the land. like people who have no senses so they cannot detect the rays or radiations. That's it. فكر فيها كده. تخيلها. Okay. Number 30. Okay, for number 30, let's read. Okay, men, let's read from the beginnings. To be sure, energetic radiation is present in nature in only very small amounts and is not therefore much of a danger. Man, however, has the capacity and ability, قدرة, of imitating nature, ruining nature, ignoring nature, endangering nature. طب, imitating بيقلد nature, ruining like destroying nature, ignoring like disregard in nature, endangering nature. طب انت imitate nature ولا انت مين؟ I don't know, we have no clue. طب نعمل ايه في الامتحان؟ read after please. يعني حاول تقرا بعد. هو بيقول ايه؟ long ago بيدي example in dim prehistory يعني في قبل الhistory. Pre means before. For instance, so he's giving example. That's an example. He اللي هو المان learned to manufacture a kind of sunlight by setting wood and other fuels of fire. اتعلم يعمل ايه؟ اتعلم ايه؟ يتعلم من النيتشر. He did like nature did. النيتشر جابت له fire من اللايتنينج فعمل ايه؟ manufactured. وفي sunlight يعني جايبه له heat ولايت فهو he manufactured sunlight. ازاي؟ من الوود والفيول. يبقى هو كان بيعمل ايه؟ بيimitate nature. That is imitating nature. بيقلد النيتشر. ازاي؟ عمل fire. بس زي ما شاف الsun fire he imitated nature and he set fire. So it's A. Okay. حاول تقرا دايما قبله وبعد. Okay, number 31. Okay. 31, the author is considering deleting. Okay, remember that. The underlined sentence be kept or deleted. So kept, deleted. طب نعمل ايه؟ لسه قاريينها. اقرا قبله ولا لسه اقرا بعد. احنا لسه قاريين. Man is ايه؟ Is imitating nature. طب انا عايز example ولا ده؟ اللي هو ايه؟ Long before history. For instance, so that's an example of the previous sentence. He learned to do fire. يبقى kept. The sentence provide a detailed example for the claim. طبعا باينة جدا. We don't have to continue reading. It's so easy. So it's definitely giving example. Provide detailed example for the claim made in the previous sentence. بالظبط زي ما قلنا. Okay. So 32. Okay. So in 32, to shift the balance clearly. So to shift the balance clearly in favor of the good, it's necessary for mankind to learn as much as possible. طبعا يعني مفيش حاجة اسمها it's necessary. أمال ده إيه؟ ده idiomatic structure. It's necessary ولا it is necessary. So it is necessary. Definitely it is. It is B. مش they are necessary. مش they're necessary. So it is necessary. Idiomatic pattern or expression. Okay. Question 33. Okay. So which sentence is best suitable as a concluding sentence? As conclusion. So read before. كان بيتكلم على ايه السنتنس اللي قبلها؟ So to shift the balance clearly in favor of the good, it is necessary for mankind to learn as much as possible about the new dangers in order that we might minimize them and most effectively guard against them. يعني احنا لازم نعرف بقى الخطورة من الموضوع ده, الدangers ونأمن نفسنا منها. This is the point. طب انا عايز بقى حاجة اتكلم على الموضوع ده. طب نقرا كده بسرعة مين في دول بيتكلم على الدينجر. Again, the development of technology can be helpful in learning how to defend ourselves. That's technology. No. Death is inevitable. No, he didn't mention anything about death. The electromagnetic waves emitted are especially high. That's irrelevant. To see the nature of the danger. Yes. So to see the nature of the danger, let us begin by considering living tissue itself. The living tissue that must withstand like resist the radiation, and that can be damaged by it. So definitely it's A. كلام في نفس الpoint. It's D. Okay. So the last passage. 34. Okay, so in 34, the Florentine painter of the Renaissance. هيكلمني على البينترز بتوع الرينيسانس. Florentine painting between Giotto and Michelangelo. دي اسامي مليانه اسامي الباسج دي. So we don't have to read it at all, even in the test. These are Italian artists. So Florentine painting between Giotto and Michelangelo contain the names of such artists as blah, okay, and blah blah blah. So what do you notice? بص كده vertically. لاحظ كده الفرق. هو بيلست. That's listing. طب ايه المشكله؟ Okay, in A قايل هنا اخر واحد مين؟ and Leonardo. I'm sorry. And Leonardo and Puccelli. So and okay, احنا قلنا اتفقنا ايه؟ x comma x comma y comma and z. The last one هي بس اللي بتاخد and. طب in B ايه المشكلة؟ نفس المشكلة. comma and. Okay, in C so comma the last one comma and. That's good. In D comma no end. So احنا محتاجين end of D. So definitely the answer is إن شاء الله C. Okay, next. Okay, for question 35, which choice best matches the quality the author mentioned? So again, that's a target question بس بيوديك للباسج. هو target. هو بيقول لك لو سمحت أنا عايز تحط لي حاجة زي الكواليتي اللي الأوثر قال عليها. طب الأوثر قال إيه؟ We have to read. اقرأ بس شوف قال إيه. Okay, the difference is معرفش. Striking, you know what striking is? Like significant. Unimportant أو unworthy ولا shocking, you know, shocking like horrible. Okay, and significant. بس كده. شوف قال ايه؟ and significant. ما قالش but، قال and. يبقى الاثنين شبه بعض. يبقى ايه اللي شبه significant؟ unimportant؟ أكيد لا. unworthy؟ أكيد لا. أو الاثنين هنعمل لهم elimination. أنا عايز حاجة significant. So like is it shocking؟ like you know something horrible حصلت ولا like it's striking. يبقى striking و and. يبقى الكلو بتاعي هنا في ال and. بص على linking word and و but. okay, but opposite and the same. Okay, 35A. 36. Okay, for number 36, the significance of the Venetian names is exhausted with their significance as painters. بعدين في هنا ايه parentheses. Not so with the Florentine. طيب هو عايز يعمل ايه بقى هنا في ال non-essential. Okay. So what should be done? طب الانسرز خدوا بالكم في الاي اس تي mainly كتير قوي بتبقى من كلامه نفسه مش logical. يعني بيقول لي هنا ايه؟ keep them. The information within the parentheses is non-restrictive. يعني ايه non-restrictive؟ يعني non-essential. يعني not important. يعني انا هخليها عشان هي مش مهمة. طب ازاي؟ انت بتقول حاجة عكسها. So it's not A. طيب في B بيقول ايه؟ So keep them. The parentheses offer a change in tone. مفيش حاجة اسمها كده. البارنثيسيز عادي مش يعني that's not standard. يعني that's not correct. غلط خالص. طب delete. The parentheses do not match the author's writing style. ممكن. طب delete them. The parentheses can only this is strong language be placed in the middle of the sentence not at the end. ده حط رول من عنده. البارنثيسيز ما ينفعش تحط في الميدل. only لا ده يتحط في الميدل. ما تحطش في الاخر. مفيش حاجه اسمها الكلام ده. البارنثيسيز كان انت تقدر تحطه in the middle or at the end. So من الانسرز باجاباته بتبقى واضحه جدا. So it's C. Okay. 37. Okay, for number 37, the author wants to express something unventured. Target question, goal question. يعني ايه unventured؟ يعني ايه ventured؟ You know, ventured, when you venture something means you try to do something risky. انت بتحاول تعمل حاجة risky. Try to do something risky. طب unventured يبقى you don't try to do something risky. That's it. يبقى unventured. طب عايز يقول ان express unventured. That's ملاش علاقة بس sentence خالص. بالparagraph خالص. They left no form of expression. Unclear, untried, unimportant, unyielding. مين في دول unventured? Not tried. يعني عايز ترجمة unventured. Untried. باينة جدا. Okay. 38. Okay. 38. Which choice best introduces the paragraph and matches the introduces the paragraph and matches the author's writing style. لاحظ هنا كاتب كلام كتير قوي. اوكي انا عايز اعمل introduce للباراجراف. اوكي طب لو عندك وقت في الامتحان بليز ممكن read part of the paragraph. طب لو ما عندكش يعني map it into your mind. يعني ايه؟ يعني بص كده بدايه الباراجراف بيقول لك ايه؟ It would be absurd therefore to treat the Florentine painter as a mere link between two points in a necessary evolution. انت بتتكلمي على الفلورنتين بينتر، البينتر، وبدات تحكي لي يعني it's all about elaborating about this painter. طيب A. The immense superiority of the artist even to his greatest achievement in any one art form means that blah blah بدأ يتكلم كلام كتير قوي. اقرا A B C D هتلاقي ان it's about ان A about the artist. It could be the painter and the artist. طيب في B. This is an everlasting claim to greatness. طب اتكلمي على ايه؟ Nothing. C. Well, it was the power to stimulate the tactile consciousness. فين البينتر؟ مفيش. At the risk of seeming to wonder of nothing. حاول ان انت تجمع الفكره في one word وتدور عليها. If you have time, do it. If you don't, اعمل المابينج اللي بقول لك عليه ده. Okay, 39. Okay, question 39. Which of the following best concludes the paragraph and transition to the next sentence؟ يبقى انت next section شايف بيقول لك ايه؟ next section. حلوه next section دي. يبقى انا عايز transition وعايز conclude. يعني ده ايه؟ يعني انا عايز idea from the previous paragraph and an idea from the next section. طيب مالش paragraph قال section. that's a clue على فكره. طب لو بصينا كده ورا اخر حاجه اتقالت ايه؟ But because Florentine painting was preeminently an art formed by great personalities, it grappled with problems of highest interest and offered solutions that can never lose their values. اتكلم عن personalities Florentine painters برضه. طيب بدأ في اللي وراها بيقول لك ايه؟ The first of the great personalities in Florentine painting was جيوتو. بدأ يكلمني عن personalities دول اللي موجودين في آخر حاجة. طيب عايز لينك بقى. In the same unconscious years. What years؟ ما جابش سيرة years هناك خالص. طيب B. The painter. Okay. The painter must therefore do consciously what we all do unconsciously. Construct his third dimension. مفيش حاجة جاية على الدايمنشنز خالص. طيب I beg the reader to observe. I beg the reader. This is too informal. بس ما علينا. Okay. What they aimed at and what they attained is the subject of the following essay. Yes, I will take this. طب ايه الكلو بتاعي؟ They personalities قالت هناك. طب the following is the subject of the next essay. ده قال لك section. مش paragraph. ده موضوع جديد خالص. Okay. Number 40. Okay, so for number 39 it is D. For number 40, although he affords no exception to the rule that the great Florentine exploited all the arts in the endeavor. بلاقي كلام كتير قوي. That's vocabulary. طب بيقول ايه؟ Exploited. Although in the Florentine exploited all the arts, to exploit means to make use of something, make use of it. Actually use it. Burn تحرقه. Display like show. طب الفلورنتينز اللي هم البينترز دول عملوا ايه في الارت؟ بيشوا الارت in endeavor to express themselves ولا they exploited. They used. You can use a fork. أكيد ما حرقوش الارت. So they used arts. No, they don't use arts. We can use actually تستخدم حاجة fork. لكن exploit, yes, to make use of arts. So it's exploit. ده الفرق بين exploit و used. Okay, for 41. Okay, for 41, the author would like to insert this sentence to provide further support to his argument. Okay, sentence placement. نعمل ايه؟ Read the sentence, find the clue. Okay, وشوف general. لو general حطها في الأول. Okay, tense كلام اللي قلت عليه. So it was dominant. It was also dominant. Okay, so it was also dominant. The dominant interest of the entire Florentine school. It was also. أكيد تحط في الأول. Okay, اقرا السنتنس اللي قبلها ما بيتكلمش على الموضوع ده. So أكيد مش before one. طب نقرا كده بعدها. So but before تعالى من الأول. But before we can appreciate his real value, we must come to an agreement as to what in the art of figure painting, the craft بعدين في non-essential, is the essential. طيب. For the figure painting بيكمل على figure painting يبقى الاثنين linked together. Okay, we may say at once was not only okay the one preoccupation by Giotto. Not only يبقى it was also يبقى not only و also دي مربوطين مع بعض. يبقى انا عايز احطها after ايه؟ after sentence 2 اللي هي before sentence 3. That's it. Okay. For 42, psychology has ascertained يعني أكدت that sight alone gives anyone no accurate sense of the third dimension. So anyone, someone, something, everything. أكيد مش something، أكيد مش everything. يعني أكيد ادت حد شخص. طيب someone و something أكيد في main differences between them. بس تعالى ناخدها من الناحية البوزيتيف ونيجاتيف يعني anyone تدي negative meaning شوية. Okay, someone تدي positive meaning شوية. In this sentence, this is a positive meaning. So we need someone. We don't need anyone at all. Okay, take it from this perspective. Okay, for 43. Okay, in number 43, this is a non-essential question. بيلعب non-essential ازاي؟ In our infancy. تعالى نعمل highlight non-essential. In our infancy. يعني infancy واحنا صغيرين واحنا أطفال. Long before we are conscious of the process. The sense of touch. بعدين قال ايه؟ في non-essential أو helped. Okay, تعالى نعمل highlight non-essential. Okay. Helped on by muscular sensation of movement. ده كده أو non-essential. يبقى تقرا ازاي؟ يبقى in our infancy واحنا صغيرين long before we are conscious of the process. The sense of touch يبقى sense subject. Okay, the sense teaches us. Okay, teaches us to appreciate depth. بعدين another non-essential. Teaches us to appreciate depth. Both. فهاتها كده. Okay, so read it like that again. So in our infancy, long before we are conscious of the process, the sense of touch teaches us to appreciate depth both in objects and space. يبقى this is number 40 كام 43. طيب لو بصينا بقى على A, B و C و D هنلاقي ان هو non-essential ملخبط في كله. طيب the last one 44. Let's read it together. Okay, عامل ايه؟ semicolon بعدين قال لي an extraordinary sense indeed. افتكر السيمي كولون to separate two complete ideas وساعات بنستخدمه في الليستنج. طيب اكيد مش A, that's not a complete idea. طيب C حاطط full stop, so it's not C. في D حاطط comma and, that's not comma and يعني two complete ideas يا full stop يا semi colon يا comma and, that's not D. So definitely A هو non-essential. نعمل non-essential بالداش. So it's B. Okay, so this is the end of the test. ويا رب تكونوا استفدتوا. For any further questions please يعني don't hesitate. You can leave a comment لأي سؤال أنت عايز تسأله. Leave a comment. أي تست عايزني أشرحه، أي part، أي حاجة أنت مش فاهمها في الجرامر في anything, just don't hesitate. Just leave a comment وإن شاء الله هعمل أي حاجة you'd like. Thank you so much والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.